Good morning, everybody. Happy May 21st. This is Mars Monday Morning Messages, and I'm going to hop right to it. So, we're going to start with the oil of today, which is black pepper. And black pepper is the oil of unmasking, and it's also the oil of a return to love. So, I'm going to put it right on my wrists. I have bracelets that are porous, have lava beads on them that the black pepper can go into, but I want to bring it all the way up to my elbows. This will help affect, already releasing, so fun. This affects our circulatory and respiratory systems. When these are all these different acupuncture points in here that affect those systems greatly. So this is going to help with spreading this oil and all of its properties, emotional, mental, physical, chemical, throughout our whole bodies in the next couple of minutes. So, so it's a return to love. And it's releasing all of these gray and dark energies, or helping us to do that. And it's giving us strength to overcome. So it helps us to return to that identity, the real identity of us, which is love. That's how we were made. That's how we are made. And so sometimes that gets covered up. And that's really what today is all about, is leaving these false identities behind, these false ways of being, and really coming back to our true identity. It allows us to be ourselves, or it helps us to promote being ourselves, and it also doesn't really allow us to repress or hide our true selves. So when we do that, when we push down our emotions, when we don't speak our truth, when we don't want to look at our pain and upset and anger of our lives, what happens is, when we don't deal with these energies, they can come back as really negative behaviors, erratic, lashing out kind of behaviors, and sometimes addictions. So black pepper is an oil that is used for addictions, interestingly enough. And so this helps us to stop that feedback cycle of not being true to ourselves, which then can cause these other issues to occur. So so put the black pepper on the wrist, and then up all the way up to your elbow, kind of like this, and realize that for some people this oil can be a little bit hot, so you may want to dilute it. It also is a super antiviral, so it will help, again, in releasing things that our body no longer wants or needs. Good morning, Liza. So next was fluorite. Rainbow fluorite, actually, is our next helper of the day. And this calms. This is a crystal. You can get it at any crystal shop, a place I frequent a lot. And this is great. You can put it over your heart. You can put it on your third eye. You can put it on your crown chakra. I feel my whole body tingles when I hold this. It calms and relaxes the body and mind. It eases physical and emotional stress, and it helps us it enables clear thinking, and decision making. And it also cleanses and replenishes our energy field. And so that is, again, going to be very supportive in terms of us leaving some of these darker energies behind and moving forward into our light this week. Which, it's so easy to say those words, isn't it? Like, yeah, I'm just going to let it all go. And it's really challenging to do that. So when you're really doing it, it's challenging, I have found in my experience. And so when you're in the thick of it, these are some tools that may be able to help you to move and take those steps to move past it. Okay, moving along. So there were a lot of solar storms last week. There's a lot of astrological activity going on as well. And so those storms last week, they were a part of why the volcano in Hawaii was in hyper eruption phase. All of these are really bringing a cleansing vibration to the earth, which again, we're now doing in a micro way, but it's happening in a macro way on the earth. And so a new spiritual paradigm is coming in, and it's being embedded this week into the earth. And so we are then feeling that. That's why we're being supported to let go of these darker energies and to embrace the love that we are. And you'll see as we go along, the cards are going to as well follow that. So this is a perfect week to expand, to give of yourself openly, to feed into the expansion that's already taking place, right? So the energy of expansion is huge this week. So we're really supported as we move forward, as we have the courage to speak our truth, have the courage to live our truth, and do it in a way with compassion and love, not with aggression and judgment, but with compassion and non-judgment. Okay, so first card of the day, new birth, guarded vigilantly. So I just said, right, that the earth has this new paradigm that's kind of coming in this week and being embedded. So that's happening to us as well. Within us, and many of you who are on this call already, who I see your beautiful names up there, and the people who are listening, you've already been able to feel this, that within you, there's a new way that's coming. There's a new life, new ideas, new creativity, a new way that you're showing up in your life. And so all of these are emerging right now, and it's happening on the earth, and it's happening inside of you. But this is something to really pay attention to, and also to guard it vigilantly. So this is not a time to necessarily share all of this with people who are naysayers, those negative people who maybe haven't watched my message yet for the week. Share it only with people who are going to support you and support this new way of you being. Or just share it with yourself, journal this, be in this energy and enjoy it. Enjoy the possibilities and the excitement of what's coming. For now, it's really for you to nurture this new paradigm, new way for yourself, new way of showing up and sharing love, showing up and sharing. So keep it in your own inner sanctuary, and just know that you'll know when the right time is to come, that you will then be able to share this in a more global way, literally a global way. Okay, so the next card of the day from our moon deck, you see her emerging from the lotus, right? And we've talked about this. I love myself completely and unconditionally. So when you are coming, we've been in the mud, and we got that card a couple of times where it's like you're in the mud, but the lotus grows from the mud. So do you see how this card is, she's emerging these new ideas, new ways of being, new ways of showing up for yourself first, and then everyone else is served, and the planet is served so powerfully that way. So we see that in this picture, which I just love how it all comes together. So you are worthy of this. Call back all that love. You know how you've maybe heard of people calling back the pieces of their soul that they've given away. which gives me the chills because I have definitely done that in the past. And I have had to go back and collect my soul and all of its pieces. There might still be some pieces hanging out there. So if you have one, could you send it back? But anyway, this is also about collecting that love that maybe you've overgiven, and give that back to yourself, because that's really where the power is in that self-love and non-judgment. Then you can really emerge from um, we all have the darkness, we all have these gray areas and parts of ourselves, and we can really emerge from that. So the only validation that matters in our lives is our own validation. It's not outside of ourselves. We have everything that we need already inside of ourselves. We don't need that outside validation. But it's a practice to move away from that, because of course we've been told that we need that outside validation. And our parents have told us that. And of course we've told our kids that you need to be good, right? Good, whatever that is. And in order to make people behave, we have said you need that outside validation, and it's really a lie. We are good. We're born good. We're born all love. So no one can give this validation to you, and no one can take it away. It's yours. It's always been yours. So the remedy and the answer is within. But it's a practice. So practice that self-love. Okay, last card of the day, be yourself. And this has come up numerous times, but just another reminder, we chose to be here. We chose this time to be here on earth. We are here for a reason. And we are here learning very specific lessons for our own soul's growth. And that's it. We don't owe anything to anyone but ourselves. And when we do really cultivate our self-love and adoration and non-judgment, we are healing the world. We are healing the planet. And this week, that expansion energy and love energy is happening in this huge way. And as we step more into that, we will really help the world in a huge way. So how have you been stifling yourself? How have you not been showing up? How have you been doing things that you don't want to be doing? Who are you giving your power away to? And who are you hiding from? So I love you all. Oh, I just got the chills. I hope this has served you, and I'll be thinking of all of you and bringing all of you along with me on this week, as I have some challenges coming up this week, but this message truly serves it as well. So I will have all of you with me, and please have this community with you, and have a beautiful week, and I will see you next Monday.